There's one at Fort Drunlin. Welcome back to Let's Play Avernum, Escape from the Pit. I found the last shovel. Let's go clear out those inventory spaces. Last time we met up with the first dragon of the game, who is pretty friendly sort, all things considered. Old enough to be fond of humans, not old enough to go mad with power. Today, first of all, we need to go turn these in. Not at you, at you. Go over the equipment to Ephraim. After inspecting it and verifying its quality, he pays with a small pouch of silver coins. Watch the job report. This is only the beginning of what we need. Bars and hammers. There's a note from Ephraim the Smith. It reads, I've been tasked with to work blades for the Defenders of Silver. I'll pay in coin for 3 bars and 3 hammers and 3 iron bars. Okay, well, we've sold iron bars, unfortunately, but we'll find more. Hammers are a simple thing, but I go get them now. Yeah, it's better to just take care of it now. And just remember to pick up iron bars when we find them and not junk bag them. And it should be noted, there are going to be plenty of any item we need in the game. I just figured, hey, this is like a really early game quest, considering it rewarded us with 100 coins. I'd rather get it done now than later when 100 coins is nothing. 1, 2, I've been spoiled on the next item. I'm not going to pick up the next item because I said spoiled and forewarned, I guess is the... You're still here? Right word. But, like, unstackable items are kind of a pain to have. Don't tell me there's only one hammer I'm missing from coming in here. That's worse than only having one. Having all but one. God, why are you like this game? Find anything else of interest in the chest? Find anything else of interest? This is cruel game design. Oh, whatever. We know we need to find another hammer at some point. I think I can probably get one back at Fort Drunlin, but I don't want to. Well, we've explored this strip. Let's finish exploring this strip by going to the southeast corner. the map. You leave the eastern gallery and travel down the road towards southern Avernum. Almost immediately, the air grows colder. Guards and travelers on the roads are fewer and farther between. Supposedly, the largest settlements in Avernum are to the south, but the pathway there is a dangerous one. Alright, let's explore the Mertis area. Sign here. Sign has been clawed beyond readability. Let's find out what clawed it up. Find an emerald. With the hostile creatures, they flee in terror, let them go. Yeah, sure. What the Shades and ghouls. Ghouls I know I can handle, shades I now also know I can handle. Ghouls are annoying because they can inflict slow. All of them inflict slow, it turns out. Hey, nice cleave. Shot makes up for the miss, nothing on the ground. So this is the Spiral Pit. Sounds like a place gonna be sent. Wish to simply avoid them? No. There's a difference between avoiding them and letting them run away because they are scared. Because fear might change how they act. Dodging them won't. You up? Give you some strength. Blade Master, quick action. Dexterity. Bows and Sharpshooter. Fallen City. Beware of the Dark Pit. A giant natural spring bubbles out of the ground not far ahead, feeding a large lake. From here, you can just make out a village of stone huts on the eastern shore. This is clearly a fertile area. Large, yummy-looking mushrooms grow all over, grazed upon by pallid cave cows. Large pale fish frolic in the lake. Yet the air has an unusual chill to it, and strange inhuman howls echo at you through the shadows. This was once a pleasant and fertile area. All is not well here now. Mertis. Let's explore the Mertis area a bit more. Let's see here. Group of horrible undead creatures. They're wandering along the plain paths around Mertis, seemingly looking for prey. They're slow and clumsy and seem somewhat confused. Yeah, let's deal with them. That is a ghast. Per usual, I should actually be killing the weaker enemies first, because that is going to reduce the sources of damage, which is significantly more important than chipping away at a boss. Equivalent thereof. Of course, this is different if a boss summons ads faster than you can kill them. And there are obviously going to be scenarios where it's more efficient to take a single swing at the boss. You're slaying the undead wandering around the Mertis farm, so this was no doubt a very helpful deed. You fear that there are sure to be more undead on the way. Let's re-enter town to heal up from that. Keep exploring the area around. Honeycomb, west, danger. These are undead. What terror? No, it's just the game's way of saying, hey, you're higher level than this encounter versus, hey, you have high enough cave lore to avoid this encounter. Got it. Is Honeycomb to the west, whatever that means. Warning, undead infestation to the northeast, information available in Mertis. Okay, they're going to want me to take care of the spiral pit. There's a large pool of stagnant water near the south wall of the cavern. You can smell from here the thick layer of decomposing algae encouraged to grow by the heat from the natural steam vents. Yuck. Find a large patch of sweet-smelling mold in the secluded cavern. You sniff its spores, you start to feel peaceful and lightheaded. Some of this is stuff that might be useful for making potions. Spiritual herbs. There's an abandoned camp here. Against one wall, someone left or dropped a strong box. Inside it, you find a flask filled with some sort of fluid. It's translucent green and smells very sweet. Take it, smooth sir. I don't know. Single target buffs, I guess they're made useful by the fact that it only costs a small amount of AP to use an item in this game. In these games. Let's see, we've got near the Tower of Magi. Oh, Mertis area isn't exactly the biggest area anyway, so. Honeycomb is a pretty sizable chunk. It's interesting to me. Gate leading to the village of Mertis is blocked by several well-armed guards. They stop you. Hold on there, friends, one of them says. We have to be careful about strangers here. You'll have to tell us your names before you can pass. Come on, we don't have all day. Tell your name. You tell them your name. Thank you for cooperating. We need to keep track of who is going where. You step off the... One more warning. Mertis has been in trouble by undead for the last few months. Be wary. If you don't know where the evil creatures came from, but they're quite dangerous. They bid you farewell. Let's go into town now. Need a meal? You see the bartender. He's hard at work cleaning the already spotless countertop. He maintains a very comfortable and pleasant inn, which seems more than good enough for the reluctant merchants who frequent it. Welcome, he says to you. I'm Mark. Take a seat. Look over our wares. I'll be over to help you when you're ready. Can you tell me about this inn? Sure can. I run the Mertis Arms, the finest inn in Avernum. We serve merchants, travelers, and farmers alike. We have the best drinks and the best rooms. Let me know if you need help. Killed a bunch of undead on the road outside. Know anything about that? Thank you for helping, but alas, they'll be replaced. There's some sort of curse on the area. Evil undead keep appearing. We don't know why. Undead curse, huh? Any guesses? Look, I just run hotels. Someone passing through said he saw a bunch of skeletons walking out of a cave to the northeast. Okay. Needs your help. I'll solve the problem. I'm a brave adventurer. You and hundreds of others. More power to you, I guess. Good luck to you. He walks off to tend to another customer. William? The mage sits in the corner, working out equations on a sheet of papyrus. As he works, he sips dark tea and occasionally mutters curses under his breath. When you try to speak to him, he tries to be polite, though he clearly doesn't appreciate the interruption. I'm William, sage and researcher. Looking for information, traveler? He's passing through? Yes. Oh. I'm an apprentice mage at the Tower of Magi. I know I keep flip-flopping on how I say it. I don't know what it's actually said. I'm going to the library at Fermello to learn how to make a special sort of crystal. A piercing crystal, it's called. Long, thin, orange crystal. You throw it at a magic barrier and it dispels the field. I'm going to try to make one. A crystal, I mean, not a barrier. Lots of magic crystals down here. It's just one sort. What do the others do? All sorts of things. The best and rarest variety is said to be able to teach skills to the people who stare into them, permanently. Amazing, if you ask me. I've never seen one, but I hear they're very valuable. Piercing crystals sound great. How do I get one? They're very rare items. We don't know how to make them yet. They're one of the less powerful sources of magic humans found when they arrived in Avernum. Who made them? Nobody knows. They lived down here a long time ago. They were intelligent. They were amazingly skilled at making crystals and enchanting them. And at this point is the extent of our knowledge. What are you writing? He says nothing. You sense he's less than pleased with your presence. Guess you're not in the mood to talk. He sighs. I'm developing new magic formulae. Very complicated. You're probably all wrong. Stupidly wrong. Can you teach me magic? The question irks him. I'm going from the Tower of Magi to Formello. Those two locations are great places to learn magic of all sorts. Me, I'm just a sage, and I'd like to be left alone. Excuse me. Oh, that's her name, not a description. Still, I'd rather not. So I'm not going to read these, so pause if you want to read it. Dragon in the Honeycomb. Atron is not the one that might have the scroll, I think, but already an interesting start here. Church of the All-Knowing Goodness. You meet a distinguished woman in long flowing robes. She wears a wooden ankh and tends to this large remote shrine. She introduces herself when you approach. I am Ether of the Church of the All-Knowing Goodness. I welcome you to this island of peace, tranquility, and non-judgment. May the beneficial spirits watch you all your days. Tell me more about the church. There's much to tell about the natural march towards justice, the need for kindness toward all living beings, the spirits that surround us, watching and judging us and urging us toward justice. There's so much to learn, and as you can imagine, that it has led us to be hated by the Empire. Why? Because there is nothing the Empire hates more than the talk of kindness and justice. Emperor Hawthorne sees to that. Can you help? Yes, my child, I serve the village as best as I can. I provide much more healing than I should have to. I have helped to fight the undead on occasion as well. I wish I could rely on my good works more and my spells less. Tell me, what do you know about the village? Only that this is the only settlement between the northern cities and the Great Cave. She corrects herself. No, the Tower of Magi is to the south, but they set themselves apart. Tell me about it. I don't know much. All the most skilled enchanters and priests in Avernum either live there or go there at some point. They're very secretive. I'm sure they would see adventurers like you, though. How do you get to the tower? Head south and read the signs. It's hard to miss. What do you know about the undead threat? They appear in the spiral pit and come out to raise havoc. You don't know what makes them appear. They aren't a terrible threat anymore, but once they were a horror to behold. Do you know any holy rituals? Yes, I'm a spellcaster of small skill. I would love to teach you some of them, but I can't. You would have much better luck in the Tower of Magi to the south. She smiles sadly. My above-ground magical training is limited, I'm afraid. She sighs sadly. I was no ability. I would still be, but a minor power struggle landed me here. Power struggle? Tell me more. You know, it's been so long that I honestly can't remember the details. Just nobles on the surface, jostling for advancement in the eyes of Emperor Hawthorne. Little wretch that he is. Healing. Do you make potions? Sometimes. I do know a few secrets. I don't usually give them away, though, she thinks. Actually, you could be of use to me. I need some energetic herbs. Bring them to me and I'll pay you for the trouble. Are you still looking for potion ingredients? She takes the energetic herbs and gives you a potion in return. Thank you for your help. Now I could also use some spiritual herbs. Bring me some nice specimens and I'll reward you. Healing elixir, experience, and the spiritual herbs. You get a scroll of acid shower, experience. Gray mold, which I do have. Right now I'm looking for gray mold. Alas, it looks like you don't have any right now. It's hard stuff to find, though. Don't give up. Alright, level Minecraft up. Take magical efficiency. And a cave lore. I don't have a plan for, like, when I put in, like, cave lore and luck. It's entirely vibes based. Was there someone else in here? No, just Ether. So Spiral Pit is going to be the dungeon to go to help this place out. Mertis Market. Terry. The small blonde woman works in the north half of this trading post, which is cluttered with a wide variety of mixed wares. She favors you with a broad smile. Welcome to Terry's Fine Supplies. We have something for everyone. What sorts of things do you sell? I sell farm supplies mostly, but I sell stuff to merchant caravans too. Weapons, the occasional beneficial brew. Might be interested in purchasing something? What do caravans bring? They haul shrooms and preserved meat to the Great Cave. They need a lot of supplies over there. Luckily, the lizards here are big and strong enough to pull a wagon. Business has been good. Food's cheap here. If you need to buy rations, let me know. These giant lizards, those fierce things, they help you. Yes, you need to claw them, to fang them, plus a liberal hand with the whip. But you must never forget they are nasty and violent creatures and hate you. What do you got? Dried meat. You have iron bars, but I'm not going to get paid more than 3 times that for them. Exorbitant prices. Sell something. Selling bag. Get nearly $1,000 out of that. Also sell that emerald. Another 44. Alright. Yeah, also Matt. See a tall, awkward, brown-haired man. He's spending half his time polishing a shield and the other half running to help the woman in the booth across the hall. Once he's settled down, he indicates his armor and other accessories with a grand sweep of his own. That's fine armor. Can I help you? What kind of stuff can I buy from you? He holds up the shield. I only buy and sell armor. Lots of demand, what with all the undead running around. Undead coming from where? We call it the Spiral Pit. The skeletons don't attack the towns and farms much, thank goodness, but anyone leaving town is fair game. Do you know of the woman in the next booth? A broad smile appears on his face. I would say so. She's my wife. We're expecting. Well, she is. That's why I'm always going to help her out, whether she needs it or not. What sort of stuff can I buy? Purchase some of your own. Let's see. Iron breastplate. Steel helmet. Oh, that is so much money. Exorbitant. There's no competition out here, so he can charge whatever he wants. I know that if I go to castle, I can get good stuff cheap. As if I'm going to Aldi's. See a beautiful woman with long brown hair. She's pregnant, quite pregnant. Her rough homespun clothes have been expanded several times, and her pale skin is flushed with the effort of moving around. She says, "Welcome to my half of the market. I'm Tina, and my blades will keep you safe from the zombies and the roads. Tell me about your wares." "I run this half of the market with my husband, Matt. You can purchase armor from him and weapons from me. I recommend our fine spears. They'll keep the zombies well away." "Zombies? Where?" "Plenty of those outside of town. They just appear and come out of the west. They used to attack the farms, but we got good at butchering them, and now they stay away unless we leave town. Then they mob us." She sighs and starts polishing a spear. "Were you and Matt thrown into Avernum together?" "No, he was already living here when I arrived, and I was lost and confused, and he helped me out. And one thing led to another, and then, well," she looks down at her bulging stomach. "Life must continue, after all, even down here." What do you sell? Anything notable? Cavewood longbows, which are awesome, as I've learned, but not worth putting on everyone, given the lack of skills. Over here is the town mill. Free for town mill. This bag of meal is not stealing. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's anything I can interact with to grind down my own mushrooms. Adventurers needed, apply at the castle. Elmer. This tall, wrinkled old man is carrying around a sheaf of fragile papyrus sheets. He wears a sash over his tattered clothes. The sash is pale and frayed at the edges, but its faint purple hue is still visible. He nods to you. "Adventurer, welcome to Mertis. I'm Elmer. You're welcome here as long as you don't cause trouble." "What's the sash for? You're the mayor." "Means I'm the mayor? That's what it means. Mertis isn't big enough town to get me a seat on the council, but I still have my share of responsibility. Such as I hire adventurers. I have the funds to pay hunters to help us with our problems." "Tell me about the council." "It's the mayors of the 6 largest cities in Avernum, and King Micah alongside. They make all the major decisions for Avernum. I'm not on the council. They say Mertis isn't important enough. I have words with them about that every chance I get. How can I help you?" "Well, you may have heard this town has been bothered by wandering undead for some time now. We aren't sure what's causing them to appear, but we have an idea of where they're from. To stop them, we'll pay you a bounty." "Tell me more." These caves have always been haunted since the days of the first expedition and before. Always lots of shadows. Always have to burn our dead to keep them from twitching around and upsetting everyone in their way. But it's been worse lately. The dead walk in the spiral pit. They come out and cause all sorts of trouble. That's what we need to deal with." "Why do you stay here?" "This is good land, apart from the walking horrors. Have you seen any place in Avernum that's all safe and comfortable? If you ever do, tell me about it and I'll go." You have to admit he has a point. Spiral pit? Northeast of here. Thoroughly haunted, though. It's always kept it to itself until now. We've kept our distance, but that may well have to change. If you want to help us break the curse, that's a place to look. All right? "Do you work here?" "Yes, when I'm not bothered with mayor business, I run this auction house." He holds up the sheaf of papers. "What's auctioned off?" "Well, what happens to the livestock? Farmers around here raise the cattle and lizards. They bring them here to be sold and taken north and west. Good work all around. Livestock mainly from the farmers hereabouts. We killed some undead who were wandering around outside. We're thankful for good deeds outside our city walls. Alas, we're not a wealthy village. For killing that particular group, we can only give you a profound and heartfelt thanks. This open area is filled with giant lizards, all of them chained to rocks on the ground. They've all been declawed and defanged. They're waiting here to be hitched up to stone sleds by the merchants who own them. Traders run everywhere, loading and unloading goods and trying to avoid getting chewed on by the lizards. They're a pale, rough, scarred lot, battle-hardened by many trips back and forth across Avernum. Guards, merchant. Several merchants in the courtyard preparing for dangerous journeys to the eastern gallery or to the north or to the great cave to the southwest. They have no time for idle chat. Vapor rats. This is a silo. It's filled with dried mushrooms, sacks of mushroom flour, edible lichen, and a host of other fungoid products. Everything shows signs of having been nibbled on by rats. It's all very unappealing, but it's what sustains life in Avernum, so you have to live with it. Misclicked. Trash, dry bones, bolts of cloth that are not stolen. Oddly. Emerald, bag of meal. Stealable bag of meal, stealable bag of meal, stealable bags of meal. Not stealing, a scroll of lightning. This is the inn's kitchen. It's clean, well equipped, rodent-free, and filled with mouth-watering things. This inn is one of the most comforting places you've found anywhere in Avernum. Bag of meal that's not stealing. Hey, I'll take what I can get for extra cash. And XP. Radiate ice scroll in the trash heap. Now I find the shovels. Yeah, this town doesn't even have a job board. But I mean, hey, we know where we're going next now, because I'm doing the spiral pit. Why not? But that'll be next time on Let's Play Avernum, Escape from the Pit. See you guys then.